So welcome back to our Python class, and we are continuing working with Tkinter, just getting the basics. So we just created a new window. We saw introduction, what's actually graphical user interfaces are, and we are using the standard Tkinter or Tkinter, again, how you spell it, how you pronounce it. But we basically created a window. So notice again, we needed to have a user input otherwise the window opens and it closes, right? So you usually have a loop, right? This is where maybe a sort of event loop which actually would do the would provide some sort of show you the window, right? Otherwise it will close, right? Without right here. So let's do window title. Let's see what it opens. What does right, window title? Right, I could say window title. Actually, that would be alternative. My first GUI program. All right, let's do that. Right, so let's do alternative. Right, like this. My first GUI. Right, so let's see that. Let's see how that works. Right, I think it will work quite nicely. And you can see that it has a title. Right, my first GUI program. That's pretty nice, right? So you can apply name of your program again. Just like any other program on your desktop, right? And again, the good news is it should work on Linux and Mac. I think some Linux machines don't include that. You have to actually add it separately, but it is part of the standard library. So on a Mac and Windows, it does work, right? So Tkinter should be included as standard library. Again, if you need, by the way, yeah, notice I clicked X. Just like regular application, but of course I'm still waiting for user input, right? So I have to close it here as well, right? So again, documentation, I think I mentioned here, right? Documentation is here, right? If you need to check documentation, it's relatively dry. Again, it's relatively dry. So there's some also nice external documentation in tutorial at real Python. It's pretty nice. Yes, very nice. Again, I recommend it. Again, I'm using some of these examples here, so that's something I would use. All right, so we have our title. Let's say we are going to start creating so-called widgets. So widgets in GUI, well, are, come on, well, yeah. So in widgets are commonly used, so to say, in GUI applications. So examples of widgets are buttons, labels, text boxes, radio buttons. So when we're talking about widgets, well, it's basically pretty much anything we use. So like I said, this could be a text box. This could be a text view, for example, right, which we are using here, right? You can say a drop-down menu, of course. You can have some buttons or maybe tabs, again, how you want to call them, right? All standard things, right? Radio buttons, different type of buttons, text boxes, and so on and so on, right? So those are the widgets, right? So we will want to create some widgets, right? So let's add a widget, right? We'll call it, or maybe just a create a widget, create a label, right? Create a label, thank you, right? Hello Tkinter, or maybe from Python, right? And the question is now, this label, right? The thing is, will anything show up? What do you think? Yes, we will do that in a moment, right? So let me show you that, right? I'll run it. So notice, right? I still have my title, right? However, I don't have the label, right? Well, why? Because the reason is we need to attach it. We need to attach it. Yeah. So go back, right? Is a common easiest way. Easiest way is to use pack method, right? And basically we have our we pack it, right? We basically it's included with when we create this label. We create a label object, right? Create a label object, right? Or widget, basically object, right? Right? Widget, again, special object. Again, they're all objects, of course, just like anything else in Python, right? Objects just like anything else, in Python, right? And we need to attach it to our window, right? So, well, we could do basically we can use pack, right? So there are several ways, right? There are other ways, but for now we'll do pack. So we're just gonna pack it in. So I think let's try label, not lambda, label, pack, right? And let's see now. Okay, and of course I need to quit it. It's not responding because I didn't quit. Yeah, close the program, right? Because I should quit here actually, right? Yeah. All right, let's run it again. Yeah. So notice, right? First of all, right? Hello Tkinter. I can of course make it big, small, right? Can I minimize it? Right here, of course, it's somewhere here again, right there, right? Can I make it like this? Right, there are ways, of course, to controlling this from your program, how big you want your window to be, right? So yeah, so I packed the label in, right? So it's size, when notice it's packing, right? I'll quit it here, right? Yeah. So in packing, when packing, the window. It's under window, and window will be resized to fit the label. As you saw that already, right? So now, right? So now what you want to do is actually, right? Let's see if we can quit using or I mean this is okay, right? You want to leave it open, but let's see if we can start the window. A main loop, right? So we have our window object, right? Create a window object, right? Yeah. And let's instead of this, I mean this would be fine too. We will write the main loop, run window main loop, right? Yeah. So we can. I'll skip this one, right? Again, so we'll be able to, right? Let's run it. See if this works, right? Yeah, so now it works, doesn't quit automatically, right? I can do whatever. I can quit, of course, using X. It will be legal, right? No extra program doesn't leave hanging. It will clean up, right? And of course, next things we'll want to do is add some extra options, right? We'll need to start adding new widgets. That's our next step, right? So, right. So we will want to create some widgets, right? So. We could do, of course, some colors, things like that, right? We can play around with colors. Let's see how much time we have for this video. We have some time, and we could add maybe some color. Maybe I'll quit, right? Add a color. Let's add a color to the label, right? Label config. Let's try that one. Let's say green and yellow blue, maybe. I don't know, yellow blue. Let's try that one. I don't know. Will it work? I don't know. Well, let's run it again. I don't know. I'm just guessing. Yeah, it worked, right? Right. The label itself is yellow blue, right? And of course, your screen itself still has a gray background. You can adjust window size, adjust window size. Oh yeah. So I can do this. Min size. So again, 500, 300. Let's try that one. Let's see if this works now. Yeah, and of course, yeah, you see, this is min size. I can make it smaller, right? Again, maybe you want to do this, right? Minimal size, and there are other options, of course, right? So pretty easy stuff, right? Okay, so we learned to create a window main loop, attach a widget, what a widget is actually. On next, we will want to react. Our next step will be to react to some events when we want to do something on our widgets, right? We want to interact with these widgets next. All right, thank you, and we will continue shortly.